Hey there, this is Cross.
And I'm PJ.
And welcome to Words and Whiskey's coverage of the Green Bone Saga. We are joined, as always, by our new incredible co-hosts, Thomas, Aaron, and Ben.
As always,
Woo!
First time.
As always.
I know,
As always, for the first time.
as always, evermore.
I almost said low, Howlers. Wrong book.
I can't wait to incorporate some of this book's language into what we're doing. But I wanted to just do a quick episode basically to while we're still finishing up Mistborn and what's being published in the main feed with one more episode, I wanted to take a second to introduce you guys since you're joining the show and kind of use this as like a little bit of trailer for what to expect going into the new stuff. So we're going to take a second to talk about the new format with all the listeners and kind of the way that things are going to shift a little bit, as well as your experiences with fiction, some of your favorite things, just kind of a quick introduction. So yeah, Thomas, kick it off.
All right. Here's the thing, right? New season, new series, new co-hosts, and we're taking it off. So I'm joining Cross as the all-knowing, the expert. I know everything about this series. Cross knows everything about this series. We're here to guide PJ, Ben, and Aaron throughout this lovely world of the Green Bone Saga.
Yeah, I'm super excited for this. It's very fun to have been on the other side of even just a week of this at this point, where Aaron read it 2 weeks ago and was like, fuck you, I can't, what am I doing? Already
like
beginning
waiting.
to break down.
I'm not going to be good in this role. I just want you to know.
We're super duper excited. So yeah, I'm very excited. I have to imagine PJ's excited to have someone on his side for once.
That's true. Yeah. You get to learn what it's like to read something and then wait for a week and a half to be able to actually talk about it or keep going. Do you know how many like cliffhangers Crossland left me on throughout Red Rising?
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
It was fucking terrible. I loved
Bless
it.
you.
It's a ton of fun, but it's like, I just want to keep going.
See, I'm
So,
the one who
yeah.
does control find in my Kindle to see if things are happening. I'm team hype.
Oh no. Team hype.
Yes. Yes.
Ben, you'll
we
be
love it.
good. You're patient.
I am patient. You are correct.
Yes.
I'm here to support PJ.
And I'm here to complain.
This is perfect.
So we're going to talk about cocktails like we always have. Previously, Cross and I would both build a cocktail and talk about sort of the intricacies of that and then go into like what we're drinking afterwards. Now we're truncating that a little bit. So one person is going to have a featured cocktail each week. Not really a rotation, just whoever feels like they've got something that they want to do. They'll talk about that in depth, and then everybody else will just kind of give a quick, like, here's what I'm drinking if they're drinking anything. So it'll be a little bit more streamlined in that way, I think.
Yeah, it'd be a lot to like go through 5 cocktails in their full construction. We did it before on Words and Whiskey with the Howlerpod special, but I think so that we don't take up 40 minutes of recording time every episode talking through everyone's drinks. It's just a simpler process. And it also lets us do something really cool each episode is the other side of that. So I'm excited to just feature like a really niche, specific, unique cocktail from time to time, more frequently than we have in the past. So it'll be fun. Just as a note for everyone at home, we're basically doing one a book for everyone. Everyone has like a minimum of one a book. So yeah, that's the goal. And then PJ and I will fill in the rest, basically, is the game plan.
Sounds great.
Or if inspiration strikes anyone.
I'm going to do Incredible Hulks for mine.
What are those?
It's a green drink.
Oh, okay.
Carvassier and Hypnotic, I believe.
Oh, absinthe.
Something like that.
You could just do straight absinthe.
I'll be doing absinthe, inhaling the fumes.
I definitely did that one time.
I mean, I was just trying to think of something that's green.
the final format shift that we're doing here is for the chapters. We're introducing chapter summaries. So we'll kick off each chapter with kind of a summary and overview of what goes on in that chapter before kind of diving into the meat of the section. This is really because PJ and I's normal format of kind of going beat by beat through things doesn't work the same with this many people. And we wanted this to be more of a facilitated discussion around these things. So we're going to still have like guided sections and like we have points that we know that we want to hit, but we want to make sure that like when PJ and I can just kind of go back and forth, we want to get everyone in as much as possible on these things. So summaries are a way of quickly getting through as all of the information that goes in the chapter and then moving into kind of the individual breakdown and what people think and, you know, kind of engaging with the rest of it. So it's actually more similar to HowlerPod in that way, kind of.
What's that?
Funny enough. What's that? Yeah, I'm super excited for this change. It's been something that PJ and I have talked about format changes for a while and like trying to switch things up, but we don't want to do that in like the middle of a series. So this was like a good time to be like, ooh, let's experiment and try something different while we're trying everything else different too.
Exciting
Yeah.
stuff.
You excited?
For sure.
Good.
I'm stoked. Thank you so much, of course, for walking through that. Those are pretty much all the format changes. We're going to also add like a closing thoughts on the end of each episode. So as opposed to PJ's predictions of which we were doing, it'd be a lot, but we might still contain some. If we've got some good juicy ones, I'm not ruling it out, but I'm not going to, you know, hold us to it all the time and not going to be so leading. It's also tough. Like Thomas and I have been talking about this. It's tough to be as leading as I was with PJ in moments because of it being three of you, and if you key into different things you might trigger each other and like reveal like it's a much harder game to walk with a larger audience.
We're in
dangerous
right
territory.
now.
With not knowing where the book is going, the conspiracy is going to be lit this year.
Oh shit!
Super excited.
I'm excited.
Good. Super excited for the conspiracy.
I forgot.
corner.
Are we an explicit podcast?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Oh shit!
Oh shit! Oh
We
yeah.
got all kinds of conspiracies already formulating.
Those will fit perfectly into closing thoughts and everything else, or like even in moments. I'm super excited. So conspiracy corner we'll keep track of for sure.
For the listeners out there who are not aware, I am Thomas, but there is a subset known as Conspiracy Thomas, who is very excited for Ben's Conspiracy Corner.
You guys go sit in the corner together.
Hey, all are welcome.
PJ will also sit with you in that corner
I'll join you.
because he trusts no one.
Not in the slightest.
You're in three different corners.
Absolutely.
The
I would say
Spider-Man
PJ
meme.
was coddled a little bit by his trust in Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson because like he doesn't give you a whole lot of not trustworthy characters, and so I think that like we found PJ being like, no, I guess in the end you were like, no, everyone's pretty good. Like they seem to be exactly what they appear to be mostly. So now we're back, baby.
They're back.
Excited.
Super excited. So I wanted to do a quick introduction of ourselves for those of you who haven't heard. There might be people coming on from either of your two shows as well to jump on to listen to this since we're releasing weekly. So kicking it off, I'll kick it off myself because I'm a jealous, selfish egotist. My name is Crossland and I am well experienced in the Green Bone Saga. I think I've literally recommended this book series to every single person that I've talked to about books. It's in the same echelon for me as Red Rising. It is just such an incredible series, and I'm very excited to be reading it with you guys here. And I know that I've literally, I put it into my dad's hands, like I bought him a copy, and I was like, here you go, you're reading this now. And, you know, I loved it. I think, and for those who didn't like pick it up or read it, I've just denied the luxury of having a friendship with them anymore.
Yeah,
So,
screw those guys.
yeah, fuck them. Couple of other things, quick notes. My favorite book is The Thief of Always by Clive Barker. If you haven't read it, we actually have a short report coming out on it later this month, which is really exciting that PJ and I are chatting about it. It's really fun. It's a little children's fable with some horror elements to it that I adore. My favorite series to this day remains The Dark Tower. The margin has gotten narrower, though, recently, which is crazy. But like I still stand behind it as my favorite series, and I'm so excited. And I bow at the feet of emo giants. I love Jimmy Eat World, Manchester Orchestra, Blink-182. Like that's my shit. So that's a little bit about me. What about you, Aaron?
Hi, I'm Erin Ayers. I am the co-host of Howler Pod, a book series about the Red Rising Saga by Pierce Brown. Ow, ow. I am reading Green Bone Saga for the first time, like we said. So far, so good. It always takes me like a few weeks to like start to like the characters, because right now I'm like, I don't know. I like the young one. I like young men, but
Okay.
The line of the podcast already.
so we'll see. You know, I'm not totally sold yet. So hopefully, you know, we get more into this. I will be sold because I like everything. My favorite book series is probably Red Rising, just because it's the one I've read the most. But I love anything by Brandon Sanderson, Brent Weeks. I love the Bobaverse saga. If you haven't read that, check it out. It's super cool. And what else do I say? Right now, I'm really into the artist Sylvan Esso, but my favorite band is probably Dawes, Dawes, or the Avett Brothers. I like some folk music, and I get to podcast with my best friend, Ben.
Is that my turn now? Okay. I'm
a little bit of everything is one of my favorite songs.
Oh,
I
it
just
makes
wanna
me
say
cry
about them.
every.
It's in my top 50.
I can't
every
listen
time.
to it unless I want to cry.
Yeah. It's my only interjection. Go ahead, Ben.
Yes, my name is Ben, also known as Ben from HowlerPod. We podcast about the Red Rising series. If you'd like to check us out, just make sure that you've read the whole series before you start checking out HowlerPod, because there's massive spoilers the whole way through. I'm into all things nerdy, you know. I love a good book. I've been reading a lot of Stephen King. Just finished the Dark Tower series last year. It was fucking awesome. I'm slowly whittling away at the rest of his CV, so it's been really fun. Just finished Salem's Lot. Banger.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. So I'm up over like, I think 25 or 30 Stephen King books. So he's probably my favorite author, I would say. I love the Red Rising series as well. One of my favorite science fiction series. I'm a big Star Wars fan. I love a good Star Wars as well.
Han Solo.
Yeah, Han Solo is a role model for sure. Other than that, in the rest of my life, let's see. I live in Kansas City. It's a wonderful place, except when it's cold. And I like to hang out with my best friend Aaron all the time. And
watch the Chiefs.
We do watch the Chiefs from time to time. Let's see. And as far as like everything else that I'm into, I love a good movie. I think my favorite thing that I've seen this year, let's see. I was into Avatar so far, so I'm going to give it to that right now. That's my.
We saw it together in theaters. All the bros.
Some good whale stuff. A lot of bros, though.
Hey, bro, come on, bro. Look out, bro.
That's probably the latest thing that I've seen that I thought was good.
Did you guys see it?
Yes.
Okay. Was that a spoiler?
No. But yeah, that's me. And looking forward to the Green Bone Saga. Yeah, this
How do you feel so far?
Section here is.
Should we wait to say that?
Yes, excited about the Green Bone Saga. I've heard a lot of great things. I know Cross has great taste. He's given me a lot of wonderful suggestions already.
Me too.
So
read everything you tell me to read.
I trust him, and I'm looking forward to this project for sure.
Dope. I'm so glad that you guys read everything that I recommend. I'm always like, are they going to like it? And then you're always like, fuck, that was so good. I was like, yes.
I'm not into self-discovery. I like someone telling me what to do. So
fair.
you're a great resource. Hey, PJ.
Perfect.
Hi. So my name is PJ. I am one of the hosts of this show. And I historically have not been much of a reader, as you may well know. So most of my exposure to reading has been through this. So I would say my favorite book series is, again, Red Rising to parrot everybody else. But not only because it's a great book, but also because it connected me with all of you, which is wonderful.
Aww.
So in my personal life, I am a very math and science focused person. I am working as an engineer. I have a degree in physics as well. And I also worked as a professional brewer. So I like to talk in depth about the intricacies of different beers, which is kind of fun, but maybe kind of boring to some people. I grew up with Crossland in St. Cloud, Minnesota, which is just right smack dab in the middle of the state. It is fucking freezing, but I get to be the cold tundra giant of the podcast. So I will take on that moniker.
The abominable PJ.
Yeah, exactly.
Abominable.
You're getting it. Yeah, you got
Abominable.
Something like that.
You got
We'll cut around that. We'll make it sound right. Yeah, that's me. Thomas,
that brings us
you are bringing up
to
the rear.
me. I'm Thomas Boomhauer. I host High Tea Obsessed, a podcast about typically whatever I want it to be. And right now I'm in the midst of an epic series on Alexander the Great, my favorite ancient general. And I'm going through it sort of thematically instead of chronologically, because it's a unique way of examining his life. And then I haven't talked about books a ton on my show, but I have had Ben, Aaron, PJ, and Cross on my show, and all those episodes have been a lot of fun. Like most of us here, Red Rising is my favorite series. Although in recent years, I have read two things that have challenged it, one of which is the Green Bone Saga, and the other is The Faithful and the Fallen by John Gwynne, which big recommend to all those people out there. Unlike everyone here, I do not read everything Crossland recommends, and that which I do, I often do not enjoy. God damn it. There's a lot of cross love going on. I had to temper it a little bit. Known Stephen Kane hater.
Fuck your couch.
Out on him, except for The Mist, which is excellent. And I would say we got to sum Thomas up.
It's a solidly mid.
I said it's excellent. The Mist, I like it. Generally,
I said it's mid. Yeah,
we're coming to me. I think Killer Hain, all vibes first team type of guy. I'm hoping to bring that energy here to the show.
We just had to add generational representation to the show. You know what I mean? Like we've got steps. It's great.
We're the elders.
Yeah.
Just giving you shit. We all basically rap into the millennial band.
I'm the last one.
Thomas being
we're mid millennial.
I think we're old, aren't we?
We're not elder millennial.
No.
No, fuck you.
You're not quite elder, yeah, but you're close.
87,
Just
baby.
kidding. Yeah.
I feel old.
94. All right. I'm feeling older.
I think
every day,
it's-
I'm not gonna lie.
You and PJ are only 2 years older than me, but I think it's the emo-ness that makes you seem older, like the emo band love.
I think it's the Northeast.
That is,
It ages you.
we have pugnacity up
The
here.
hard winter.
All right. Well, with that, that's it for the show. Did you guys have anything else that you wanted to tag in here for people that they may want to know before we hop into talking about this series?
I have two
Anything else?
things, if that's okay. Just here's
Fire
the thing. I was given permission ahead of time in writing to spring bits on you because we can cut them. So here's one thing. First, I was looking at, there's 5 of us, 5 pretty good numbers. The NBA, who's on the court at the same time. And, there's been some great 5-sums in NBA history and in history in general, right? We have the Scoopy Gang. Pretty good. We have the Fab 5, which if I had to break it up, I would be Jalen Rose. PJ would be Juwan Howard. Ben would be Chris Webber. Aaron would be Chris Jackson. And Cross, of course, would be Christian Leitner.
I don't know who that is.
I am so out of the loop on this one.
That was for Ben. That was mostly for Ben.
We love a good
But,
You forgot the 5-some of Sailor Moon and
of course, Power Rangers, I believe.
okay, thank you.
There's many. There's a lot.
Captain Planet? No, there's more.
Yeah, there's way
But here's
more.
another thing. I believe we're supposed to pitch the series. Is that this episode or is that next one?
Of course. Naturally. What the fuck am I doing?
So
Yeah, come along with us.
here's a pitch for everyone, all you listeners out there. Hello. Do you like epic literary adventures? Do you like compelling characters rich in detail and layers? Do you also like the deal of a lifetime? If so, join us as we break down the wonderful, the epic, the world-breaking Green Bone Saga by Fonda Lee.
Family is duty, magic is power, honor is everything.
Sorry, interrupt.
Nailed
it.
Do it again.
Sounds great. I'm sold. I'll pick up and start reading this book sometime.
He's in.
You sold me.
That's one.
Obviously,
two.
I'm here.
Great job, Thomas.
Thank you.
Very compelling.
That's why there's 2 of us.
Excellent. Well, we are so excited for you guys to join us on this journey. Thanks, Thomas, for obviously filling in the gaps that I was definitely missing. It's so nice to have, a responsible co-host.
Wow, PJ.
Just kidding,
Sounds
PJ.
like
No, he's right.
Shots fired.
But thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll see you in the first episode in 2 weeks from the publication date here. I think it's on the 16th, so we'll see you then.
bye.
Bye.
Nice.
Bye.